Oh, oh,
What up? What up? Welcome back to another week of Behind the Boot podcast, a Louisiana sports podcast bringing you everything from Pelicans to the Saints to LSU, UL, Houston Astros, whatever it is. If you in Louisiana and you a fan of it, we got you. It's good to be back for another week. We had a interesting week in Louisiana sports. But before we get into that, man, just want to ask my co-host, how y'all doing, man?
making it. No, same old.
That's good,
Cooler.
man. That's what's up, man. So we had an interesting week. I think most of everybody had a good week, some W's. You know what I mean? Um, Even the Pelicans, I say that the media day was a W, and we'll cover that one as well. But I want to start with the Saints because obviously that's where I feel like most people are invested. What y'all think of what y'all saw? We'll start with you, Dan.
Mixed bag. Um, I was looking on I think it was John Singler. I think from he covers the Saints over in New Orleans that had a tweet that people on the inside of the offense, like a source, saying that they were becoming a little more frustrated, with Sean Payton, like trying to overfix Jameis. He's calling these plays and he's literally telling Jameis like, don't make a play. You know, he's overthinking it, and you can tell like Jameis is like second guessing his decisions, especially on the deep throws. Like I don't think he threw like one deep ball like last game. I didn't see him throw the ball past 20 yards. And that really concerns me. That we're not taking shots. Like he's being very, very and that's fine. Like I said, if we want to be a defensive oriented team, which is fine, but eventually we're going to face some really good teams, and we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to take our shots and throw the ball down the field. Like the offense looks worse than when Drew Brees was here now.
Yeah, I
This,
think I think everybody can agree on that. Now, what I really want to know is, with that being said, because I think that everybody know that we 2-1, so we not bad as far as record wise. Like we've been escaping with W's, and I think everybody is aware at this point that Jameis has the potential to be good. We just still haven't seen the offense click in a way that would make fans comfortable. But the good news is, I think next week we have the Giants, who are currently 0-3. So I think that's a week not that you could take off or take them lightly, but I think you can at least try to work out some of your kinks. You know what I'm saying? Like you can try to fix some of the problems that people have. And so that's why I want to go to Jared and see what you think we should be looking for next week. Like, is there certain things that you need to see out of Jameis to feel comfortable going forward?
Uh, my opinion is just get to the open date, get to your bye, because we know that the cavalry is coming, right? I feel like uh, Sean not going too much into this bag yet. He knows that the Saints wide receiver core is limited. Like if going back to the past three games, really no one has been really getting open besides really Deontay Harris.
very concerning.
So I part of me want to believe that Sean knows that, and he's just trying to get through the game. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to rely on his defense. You know, let's run the ball. Let's play conservative. Let's get to the open date, which is the bye week. We got Michael Thomas coming back, Traquan's. You know, I don't like the guy, but he's supposed to be coming back. You know, he's eligible to come back this week because he was on IR for 3 weeks. So he's eligible to come back. So the more bodies you can get, I think he'll be more comfortable with calling more plays. Jameis, I think all he has to do is just don't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't don't lose us the game, Jameis. if he don't lose us the game, I think they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now that's what brings me to the next thing is, and everybody know what throw I'm talking about, but the throw to Callaway where he just kind of lofted it up there. Like to me, it worked out, right? So obviously you cheer, you happy. We put 6 on the board, but I think in a game against a slightly better team where there would have been an actual threat at losing the game, throws like that are the difference between a win and a loss. And so I think we've been fortunate to have a defense that's been able to pick up that slack, not allow Jameis to have to, put up 35 to win the game. So that's why I go back to Dan. I want to ask, how impressed have you been with the defense so far this season? Like what's been sticking out to you specifically with the defense?
I mean, every level defense has been, I would say, almost borderline elite. The defensive line has been at times elite, and still with the injuries has been elite. And when David Amiana come back, and after week 6, even more help on the way. So the
Yeah.
depth of that D line is really, really. I could say it's even better than last year with Trey Hendrickson and all them. The rotation we got now. I mean, we lost Trey, but we reloaded with, I forgot his name. He came from Kansas City.
Passenger.
Tasson Poe, and we got Peyton Turner came back. I mean, Peyton Turner, we left the Peyton Turner, which I didn't like, by the way, but he's showing me something that, I can see what they seen in him. So he definitely, might have been worth the pick. Cam Jordan still playing at a pretty high level, not as high as he was, but he's there. And Carl Granderson and Shad Tuttle, Christian Ringo, all those guys are getting in the backfield. They're wreaking havoc. Zach Bourne, Kane Ellis, Mario Davis looks like a for sure Pro Bowler, first
Oh
team,
yeah,
whatever.
he gotta be.
Look like he's gonna be all pro this year. Like he's probably, I don't know. I would say he's probably one of the top 5 free agent signings for the Saints ever, but it's kind of hard. But if he's still on this level for the next 2 years, like it's gonna be real hard to argue. Like DeMario being probably top 3 free agent signings ever if he top it off for the Super Bowl. But
So let me ask you this: do you think he a top 3 linebacker in the league?
middle linebacker?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. I'll say he's top 5 for sure. I probably would have Bobby Wagner.
Devin White.
Devin White.
I
Yeah.
see. I could say Devin White, but Devin White is. I like Devin White, but Devin White is not on that level that Mario was at right now, as far as like mental and like pass coverage. Because Devin see ball, hit ball. That's what Devin do. See
Yeah.
ball, hit ball,
But he
blitz.
is goddamn elite at that. You
Yeah,
know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Of course, the Devin was a running back coming into college, so I already know the athleticism. I just think as far as just mental aspect of the game, DeMar was like, years ahead of
yeah,
Devin right now, and I like Devin.
literally. Yeah.
So he
Literally,
should.
I just think like DeMario right now, DeMario had the athletic ability when he came into the league. I just think right now he still has it, but he doesn't use it the way he needs to. Like he don't have to use it because his game is more mental. Like he be in the backfield when he screens, even like he be in a screen pass. That's a no no. Like he in the backfield as soon as they catch the ball, bro. Like literally, like he catch the ball, boom, they getting hit by the Mario Davis. Like he can't be blocked on a screen pass. Caden Dallas, I don't know where this guy came from. He's undrafted free agent from last year. I heard all the rumblings in training camp how he was, could be a player down the road, and he's showing that he's really good. Zach Bourne is showing why we drafted him in the 3rd round. Finally showing some promise. He's flying all over the field. With Kawhi Alexander out. Linebacker is, just as deep as D-line. We could roll 4 or 5 of them out there.
P Warner played good too, bro.
Yeah, P Warner back. P Warner played. It's like, we got every position. Weak side, strong side, middle. We got 2 we can roll out. and be comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? So the depth is really good at that. Cornerback, man, Paulson Debo is probably
Impressing me.
one of the most underrated picks probably in the draft. We probably got a steal. Probably wouldn't have been able to get him as a steal if it wouldn't have been this COVID season. I think he'd have got a little more notoriety in his game and stuff like that. So I think he flew under the radar, but he's exactly what we need on the other side of Marshawn, bro. Like, athletic, long, can run, and smart. And he can
Yeah,
tackle. And he can
yeah.
tackle.
And what
You know what I'm saying?
impressed me is he played like it's kind of hard to explain what I mean, but I feel like he played a whole lot more mature than a rookie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like a lot of
Well, he was a
times, like
senior. A lot of them guys be real young, but he was like a senior. So he stayed all
yeah.
4 years in
But I
college.
mean, even like with the age thing aside, like I know it's an adjustment playing against NFL offenses. So it's like you see certain little mistakes that they used to get away with in college, and they take it to the NFL, and it just take them a little while to adjust. But I feel like day one, Paulson been doing his thing. Like I feel like I haven't seen any plays where I'm like, damn, that's a rookie mistake. You know what I mean? Like he's never made those, at least not yet. We still early in the season, so I guess we can pay attention to him. But I
And
really like what I've been seeing out the
and,
defense
and
for
Marcus
sure.
and Malcolm playing Pro Bowl level. So I mean, that's all three levels, bro. Every position we set, bro. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think the depth is that's heavy at safety as there's other positions, but our first two guys are pretty damn good.
Yeah, for sure. So I like where we at as a team. Like I think we kind of knew that there was gonna be some growing pains, like passing the torch to Jameis, and obviously we dealing with some injuries and stuff. So I think I'm okay with what a team is at, but next week is a must-win game to me. Like I think you can't afford to give up one to the 0-3 Giants,
Nah, man,
knowing
they
what's ahead in the schedule.
go win that
But
game, bro. That Superdome gonna be rocking, bro. First game back, full
yeah,
capacity.
I
Oh, man,
I
brother.
think so too. But that'll show me something. Like how they play that game will show me what to think for the rest of the year.
And
But we gonna move on from the Saints. I don't want to stay on that too long because we do got other things we need to touch on. So um we're gonna go to LSU. I'm gonna pass it to my LSU specialist. Not gonna lie, I haven't been watching this season. Like
you
I
slacking, y'all.
I've
You
been
slacking.
I've been keeping up. I've been paying attention to the
Fall off.
scores, you know what I mean? But I haven't been watching the game. So I'm gonna pass it to y'all. I know next week they're going into a big game against Auburn. So what can we expect from LSU next week?
You got a Jarrett.
Sure, I'll take this. They played okay against Mississippi State. They didn't get torched like last year, so that's an improvement. They adjusted. Uh, I don't want to go too far into details, about the game plan they had because I know a lot of people don't care. But they just played cover three basically the whole game and had the quarterback do dump offs and drags and everybody tackled. Keep the play in front of them all game, and they impressed me because they tackled. Like they've been struggling with that as of late, but everybody gang tackled. Once the receiver or running back got the ball, you saw a lot of people, see ball, hit ball type deal. So I was impressed with that. But I think they was expected to win that game. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi State, Mike Leach, air raid. We all know they're gonna pass the ball like 65, 70 times and just live or die by the pass. So they did what they needed to do. But I think the major storyline is next week, Auburn's coming to LSU, just like the Superdome gonna be rocking. Tiger Field, Tiger Stadium gonna be rocking also. First time since 2019, we have full capacity fans in there. So that's gonna be Death Valley at its finest. Saturday night, prime time, baby, 8 o'clock. Go Tigers.
That's real. That's a good summary of what happened, man. He got me wanting to watch the game next week. Um, Dan, anything you think we should look out from Auburn specifically that what's like your key points to the game? What you think LSU got to do to walk out with a W?
Well, the title of this game should be "Welcome Home, Son," because it's be kind of like a ghost of a Christmas past, man. Like TJ Finley was one of those guys that was always want to be a Tiger. He was LSU forever, early enrollee. He helped recruited for the class and everything, and stuff didn't really work out last year. We're not really getting into that too much with how the coaching staff, adopted to his play and all that stuff. But we're not gonna really get into it. So he ended up moving on to Auburn behind the great quarterback of Bo Nix. Psych. So he actually didn't end up beating out Bo Nix this training camp. So he was, the side number 2, but Bo Nix had a short leash. So he ended up getting yanked out of the Georgia Southern game. You already using against Georgia Southern and you can't complete, 50% of your passes, then we got a problem. So he definitely got yanked in TJ Finn led him on a comeback, man. TJ Finn led him back to win the game and save Auburn asses. And it looks like it's going to be, Max Johnson or TJ Finley, former teammates back at it. Keys to the game is maybe just to control the emotion because, TJ is one of the guys, man. He came up with that team and, he practiced with these guys. So it's going to be a lot of emotion running through. Withhold that first storm. Auburn still has a pretty okay defense, but they're not as good as they were last year or the year before. We gotta find a running game. I mean, to be real, I don't believe they're gonna ever find it. Hopefully, they get some kind of resemblance of one. But I really think they should be favored in the Auburn game. I think the line is like 4 in that valley. So I mean, I'm expecting them to win. A pretty close game. It don't matter really. Like I said, it's a rivalry game, man. It don't matter what these teams' records are. Who the quarterback, who the head coach. Something crazy always happens, bro. And it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. In October, bro. Like it's LSU versus Auburn, bro. It's just what it is. It's gonna be. You can throw all the game plan out the window, all that out the window. Is all about who won it, bro. Who want to win. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of them games.
Y'all definitely got me hype wanting to check that out. I think that's gonna be the one that I watch at kickoff. And another thing for me, them games just start early, bro. A lot of
Yeah,
them,
this
a lot of
this
them
was at
games.
8 o'clock our time, so it's 6
Yeah,
your time. So
yeah.
you
So
got
we'll be good. I'll definitely be watching that one. But now I want to move on to our last topic. Something that I've been paying attention to a lot, man. I think the Pelicans had a good media day. You know what I mean? And I kind of like I'm turning into a basketball nerd, so I kind of peeped out some of the other teams' media days just to see, what was out there, what they was talking about. I peeped Lonzo with the Bulls. I peeped their media day, and I just realized the Pels had a good media day. Like because obviously when NBA teams they do these media days, the objective of it is to get the fans hyped for the season. And like kind of coming into this season, I was like, I don't think I expect much. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I still don't. Like I still think about where we were last year is where we're gonna be this year. Like I just don't see anything that happened enough to make the jump. But they did a good job of convincing me. I've been there was a couple stories or reporters talking about what they saw at media day, and I see a lot about Jackson Hayes being this stretch shooter that's on fire. You know what I mean? He couldn't miss apparently, so that got me hyped because I think having a stretch that can do that, like if he could shoot at 35% from three as a big, that will open up. Like, come on, man, Zion is gonna feast in a, with if he could just kick it out to Jax, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a crazy year. So honestly, I just wanted to get y'all reactions to media day. If any, was there anything specifically that stood out to y'all? I know this was kind of like Willie Green first time talking after he's been with the team a little bit. So y'all find anything interesting in media day?
I found Zion interview kind of funny. I was seeing if he was going to be coached a little bit, on how to address this little shenanigans that happened or whatever in the bubble, which that was fucking a year ago. So I don't even know why this was even brought up. But anyways, I wanted to see if he was coached a little bit, and it seemed like his reactions were genuine. He was laughing about it, and um, I think the story was exaggerated a little bit to the T. So I'm not saying everything is all good with Griff because I'm not all good with Griff. I think Griff is a ball-headed bastard that need to stay in his place and let his guys that he got in charge run the team. But that's hearsay. I mean, nevertheless, really. But I think Zion handled himself pretty good, man. I think they hid the injury, which I really didn't feel too good about that. How they hid the injury from the fans and all that. I really think that's really a disservice to showing any transparency to especially season ticket holders, man. You don't know. He had a foot injury. Hopefully he be back, but I think it was all a money grab, and everybody
Yeah,
was mad about
I
that.
I know for sure that that's why they do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
they know that if they announce before the season even start that Zion is injured, it's hard to sell tickets like that. Like people want to see Zion, man. Even though I think after everything that's kind of happened and just with because you know how like in these media days and stuff, like Zion was saying stuff, but we know
Mm-hmm.
that that's not his true feelings. Like
Yeah.
the way he said he loved New Orleans, he don't want to be anywhere else. Like I think he says that because that's the professional thing to say, but I don't think that means like as fans we could just relax. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to ask Jared because I got some thoughts on it, but I want to see what you felt about Zion's interview. Did you think he was sincere? Do you think we should still be worried at him? In your opinion, where you think we at with the Zion situation?
Uh, my opinion is he said what he needed to say. You know what I'm saying? He handled the situation like he needed to. You know what I'm saying? He handled it just the way him and Griff or him and his mom and his dad or whoever he talks to, his inner circle told him to handle it, because we all know Z doesn't want to ruin his image as, the kid that's personality is outgoing and he just want to have fun and play basketball type deal. So I feel like he did he went according to the plan, put it that way. Now I still believe he's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If we have a sucky season again and Griff doesn't do anything to make anything better, then, maybe he's out. Now, that's just my opinion. But it showed me that they were willing to talk and plan, okay, here's what we're going to say during the press conference, during media day. So if they was able to do that and agree on a topic, then I feel like there's hope for Griff to turn around and make the relationship better between him and Zion. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah, I
it
think so.
showed it's not bad. It's not Ben Simmons bad. Ben don't even want to go to the fucking media
Yeah,
day.
he
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 wants to
didn't he
be
didn't show up to training camp at all.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not on that level. He showed up and he was willing to put their differences aside for that day to act like everything is all good, which we all know is probably not. But if they
Right.
was able to agree on whatever to say to the media, then I feel like there's still a chance that
And
he
I
can
think it's better
set.
than what it was, though. I think it's better than what we thought. Maybe I was kind of thinking like the fucking ball was on fire. But it's just he never said he loved the Pelicans. He said he loved to sit in New Orleans. I love to sit in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you never said hey man, I love the Pelicans, man. I'm trying to bring us a championship. Like I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And it's just something you just don't know, man. I don't know if he want to be the leader. I don't know if he had that kind of personality. but
Definitely not. I think
Nah, I don't think so.
clear shot Brandon Ingram is the leader of the team.
Yeah.
Like he might not be the most talented on the team, but he is the clear leader. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I don't even think that like I really do just from watching his interviews and watching like just everything that he do. I think Zion has a lot of social anxiety. Like I don't think he likes talking to the press. He doesn't like being on TV. He doesn't like but he knows to keep his brand that he gotta, uphold a certain image. You know what I'm saying? So I just been doing some thinking, like looking at the facts of everything within the organization. And personally, I think it's not about that they're not winning or that Griff didn't put together the greatest team around him. You know what I mean? Like I think Zion has played 85 games. So he technically barely over a season in of his career, even though he going in the year 3. You know what I mean? I think what it is he doesn't like constantly being in the spotlight in a negative
mm,
way. There's always some type of headline of, oh, Zion is unhappy. Oh, Zion is this, or Zion is fat and not in shape, or he got some kind of smoke with the GM. Like he don't like being in the spotlight in that way. And I think he look at the front office as like, if in order for me to be happy, you got to prevent this type of stuff from coming out. Because honestly, I think a lot of the rumors and stuff that start with the Pelicans, it happened because of Griff. Like Griff is like manufacturing fake stories to get attention on him. You know what I mean? On the team, period. Like he look at that as branding. I think that he do. Now, it's a long shot. I'm just saying I'm looking at the facts of what's happening because I think Zion is smart enough to know. Like even Michael Jordan took a few seasons to get going, bro. Like you can't just come in day one and win a championship. You know what I
I do
mean?
want
It
to say
just
this though. As far as like just going like Bleacher Report out and like looking on NBA, like all I seen was Pelicans, Lakers, and Bulls, and
yeah, man.
they in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
know if it's good spotlight, but they definitely in the spotlight. And that's what Griff want. He got it, and the heat is on. So he might get ready. He might want to bring his apron because they gonna cook his ass if we start off slow.
Well, this is the thing though, and this is what I'm gonna ask Jared because I just want to see what he think about it. But looking at the situation, I feel like Griff been working behind the scenes to like create this team that works in a way that no other team has tried before. You know what I'm saying? So like think about how Golden State Warriors changed the entire like strategy that teams were using to build a franchise, right? So like once Golden State did what they did, everybody was like, I don't care if they can't play defense, go get shooters. We need shooters. Like that was everybody's strategy. And
True
then
that.
I think I think Griff looking at it and he like, all right, obviously we ain't got the shooting. We not a likely free agency destination, right? So if I want to build something like that in New Orleans, how do I do it? I go and I draft a bunch of young guys, some of them who might have been sleeper picks. Like I look at Kyra like somebody that fell a little further than he probably should have. People kind of passed on him. And I think the players that we selected that's like that is gonna grow into something bigger than people think. Like I think Jackson Hayes will be a star in 2 or 3 years. Like I really do believe that, even if he not with the Pels. Like I think Jackson Hayes is gonna be one of them players that people go and they want his jersey, even though they're not necessarily a fan of the Pelicans. They just a fan of Jax.
I
So
don't think they'll let Jackson go. I think that Jonas trade is a stopgap. Then they want to see what Jackson got. Jackson got a lot of time this year. So if
yeah,
Jackson come to play, Jonas is a 1 year rental. Like they don't have to resign Jonas.
yeah.
I
Well,
think no,
and
it's a
see,
two
yeah,
year. I think he got a player option this year or something like that. So it's
yeah.
basically a 1 year rental.
Yeah, I know that he can decide to leave after this year if he don't want to be here. But and I don't think we'll get rid of Jax either. I'm saying with the right, you never know what can happen. Like I
Yeah,
think there's a price where Jackson would be worth it if we getting a big name player in return. You know what I mean? But that's why I want to ask Jared, like looking at the young guys. So I'm looking at Nikhil Alexander Walker, Kyra Lewis, Jackson Hayes, um, Trey Murphy the third. I'm looking at guys like that. Do you think any of those guys have star potential? And when I say star, I don't mean like superstar like LeBron James or Kevin Durant. I just mean star, like a very respected name. But when the Pelicans show up, they like, damn, we got to deal with this dude today. You know what I mean? So, who out of that group do you like, and who do you think has star potential?
Uh, I would have to agree with you on Jackson Hayes. If this guy can find a shot, he's definitely going to be star potential next to Zion. You know what I'm saying? But we all know the ball can only touch one person's hands at a time. So that means he's going to be in the starting lineup with Zion and BI. So, star potential, yes, but it's going to be hard for him to get the notoriety if all of them is in the starting lineup at once. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the only other person can be star potential is No, besides Jackson out of the young group, just because the position he plays and he can score. You know what I'm saying? And he did it already. He's long, he's 6'5", 6'6", can play defense and can create his own shot. Now, whether or not he can take it up a level, I don't know. Hopefully he can, but I think those two, in my opinion, has the best chance to be that star potential guy.
Yeah, because I think that's the only way that Griff ever meets the expectations. Because like that's high expectations. Like we talking about a team that, like, do you think we can make it further than the first round? Like I'd say currently, like just with what we know, I'm not sure of that. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen Jax play where he knocking down multiple threes in a game. I
Right.
haven't seen Nikhil Alexander Walker average 25 a game. You know what I mean? Like
I seen it.
will has he
Yeah, when he was
25
starting, he was averaging like 23 when he was starting. When he
over?
started
Yeah,
the
over
game,
like a
yeah, like
stretch of a few
like
games.
six
Yeah,
games, but that's he was
yeah,
starting though. Like he was
yeah.
getting, he had the ball in his
Which
hand.
I think that's why they made some of the moves that they made. But it's a gamble. You know what I mean?
I
Like
think Jackson though, man, like I don't know, bro. Like I could just imagine him and Zion running the pick and roll, bro. Like imagine the pressure that could be. You don't know if he gonna pick and pop and dot a three in your eye, or roll to the goal and dunk on your ass, or just you let Zion get a full steam ahead and go to the basket. Like it's just so much stuff you have to guard with him and Zion on the floor because not only Jackson can dunk on you, he can block shots. He's a rim protector. Like rebound, like his rebounding got a lot better. You know, that
yeah,
last quarter of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like Jackson was almost becoming like you have to play him. Like he's almost becoming more of a player than Steven Adams. Like he was taking Steven Adams minutes. Like they had to have him on the floor because he was providing the spark and he was way more efficient than Steven Adams. Steven Adams wouldn't barely shoot. He would grab the rebound and pass the ball out instead of go up and get a layup. Like nigga, that's not 2K.
yeah,
Like you need to put the ball in the basket.
yeah. See, I think like it's a big gamble what Griff is doing, but if he hit, bro, we gonna be in some good shape. Like some real good shape. If even two of those guys, and I still think that we never seen Trey Murphy play yet, like for real in a game. Who he's somebody just looking at like his abilities. I think
Yeah.
he fit very good on the
Yeah, I
team.
think y'all sleep on Trey and Herb Jones. I think them come off the bench, that defense, like we never had a wing defender, bro. Y'all understand that? Like we never had somebody but okay. Like LeBron is killing us. He's 6'9". Okay. Go throw a 6'9" out there and go and guard him. Like we never had that kind of body. Like with Herb
Yeah,
Jones, like Herb Jones could go out there and guard LeBron. I'm not saying he would stop him, but he can get some stops. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he young, but like that's his calling card, like defense. 6'9", long, could run like a Thaddeus Young type of. I see
yeah,
him as like Thaddeus Young, and every team needs a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to go out there and bring energy.
yeah. Oh, they got a lot of them. They got a lot of them. Like bringing Josh Hart back was a good call, and he like the only player, him and Bi, that I really feel like enjoy being in New Orleans. You know what I mean?
And your
Like
boy,
who?
and your boy just got there.
Devontae Graham, bro.
Oh,
Vontae.
Devontae. Yeah, he been super, but he just got here. I don't know if the front office really is on fire, like the media make it seem. Like I think give him some time, it might change. You know what I mean? But he seemed super excited. Um, I don't know, man. Like I think media day just got me like ready to see what's next in the season. I think even though the roster changes might have not met everybody' expectations, I think it forced Griff to gamble on the young guys, and I don't think he was trying to at first. So I think the situation kind of forced him to, and I'm really excited to see what some of them young guys gonna do, even Kyra and all them. So
It's time to play him, y'all. You draft him, it's time to play him.
yeah, so we definitely gonna see. Preseason game is like next week, next Monday, I think. So we close to that. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll definitely be watching the games, and we'll come back and break everything down. I know most people they not gonna watch a preseason NBA game, so we'll be here to give y'all, catch y'all up to speed. But I think that's it for this week, man. Unless y'all had something to add in. Y'all got anything y'all wanted to add in before we get up out of here?
I think I got nothing, Cat.
All right, that's a
So
bet, man. Y'all tell the people where they can find y'all at.
Look at DJ Go. At underscore DJ Go. Instagram, Twitter, and Daniel Poppy on Facebook. Um, that's it.
That's a bet. Y'all go follow my guy. Jared, tell the people where they can find you.
your boys on Facebook at Jerrette Popillion, Twitter, go with the flow. And that's about it for your boy on those two platforms.
That's a bet, man. Y'all go follow Jared. We'll have the link to the socials in the description. Y'all please follow the YouTube or subscribe to the YouTube. Leave some comments, like the video. Just let us know how we doing. If there's some things that we should change about the show, y'all let us know there as well. If y'all ever want to debate some sports, y'all know where to find us on Twitter, man. We'll be back next week.